Hey, welcome to the Closing Beat, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. How you doing out there? All is good? It's good? Good. We are financial advisors here at Jazz Wealth, and while other advisors are playing checkers, we're playing chess up in here. I had some great planning here that we did today. We had a client that improved their stats with just a withdrawal strategy, and then we worked in conversions there. We talked about how to invest when they convert, and then we even figured out they should be buying a car now instead of 2 years from now. That was so cool, man. All kinds of cool things that we worked out with them. And I almost want to make a video of that one. That one was really good. Unique, man. Every time it's a challenge. Everybody's numbers are a little bit different. So if your advisor is playing checkers and you'd like to play chess, that's the smarter game. Then come join us over here at Jazz Wealth, and thank you for keeping us in mind. Let's talk about the markets here today because not a whole lot going on. A lot under the surface, though. This was the first day where you really saw a lot of just stuff that can't move the market, just like really, really weak. Change in the calendar, change in the mood. See what happened here? We go to August, all of a sudden people are like, nah, I don't like the market anymore. A lot of weakness there, of course, the debt downgrade yesterday. Technically, we've been down every day this month, if you want to have like a stupid little stat to share with people. So we're going to cover that one as well. Do we have a Guess the Dow leaderboard? I believe we do, don't we? Let's try this one. Oh.
Yes.
Let's see. You got Dan S. in the lead there. Bev in second place. That's a close second, though. Really, really close. Daniel, very, very close for third. John and Mike up there. We also got the website, jazzwealth.com/guess the Dow. Did you want to say something?
Have you played chess before?
Have I played chess?
Yeah, you a chess guy?
Kill you.
I think you're joking.
No, yeah.
You play chess?
I have played chess.
Wow.
I've played chess more than I've played, checkers.
Really?
Certainly.
Wow.
Yeah. I went to a smart school.
Wow.
How about you?
Never played?
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I've played checkers. I'm really, really good at checkers.
Oh, see, this is tougher because each one of the little things has a different rule.
Yeah.
You got to follow the rule.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That was a fun fact. I didn't know that about you.
I'd venture to guess I'm probably the best chess player in the office. Kevin thinks so. Kevin's like, hell no. Okay. Well, it's what it is. If you'd like to play a game of chance, essentially, jazzwealth.com/guess the Dow, and you're welcome to play. Not many people know about the website to go to, so there's not a lot of competition right now, and we do actually pay out the $100 if you'd like to play along. Anyways, let's talk about the markets here. Going over to the S&P, like I said, not a whole lot for me to cover here today. The pullback continues overall. It was actually really worse in Europe. Do you follow the global markets there? Europe is down 3% in 3 days, so that's 1% a day. Chess. Anyways, I wanted to point out all the underlying weakness. Now, I'm not just going to sort through like the weakest stuff today, but obviously DXC, earnings-wise, is just a fall apart. It was just kitchen sink, throw everything at them there. Expedia pulling back. That has to do with the international travel news that you saw. We talked about yesterday. You see it on CNBC today. I saw it there. Etsy almost back to lows there. PayPal with their earnings coming out. We'll talk about that in a second. Qualcomm, of course, earnings related. Just watch as I go, right? Does anything look good? Anything? That's kind of cool that it pulled back like that. Anything look good? We're going through numerous sectors, numerous stocks here. Does anything look good? Right? This is all under the surface stuff. This is stuff that it could have a really horrible day. It's not really going to move the market because it's not that big of a weight. But notice that I just keep clicking. I'm just clicking. Just arrow down, arrow down, arrow down. I'm just going along here. I'll stop whenever. But look, nothing looks good. Nothing looks good. You go to the, look at the number of stocks that were down more than 2% today. I haven't even made it through that. 67, actually a few more. Over 67 stocks were down on the day, and I would say over half the market was down today. Under the surface, right? When you look around at some of the good things that performed, it's all earnings related. These are one-day wonder sort of things, right? Clorox, Cognizant, Apache, anything in oil and energy, right? Regeneron had a good earnings report, by the way, and a good FDA approval today if you're into that stuff. McKesson, Seagate, Allstate, we're bouncing around sectors here, but none of these are movers. AMD, okay, that's a little bit of a mover. Advanced Auto Parts, I'll talk about that one in a second. Look at just nothing to really say, that was a great day. Look, awesome day, great performing stock. Any of these stocks outperforming? I've yet to find one. So the moral of the story today is What you don't see in the index, oh, here's the S&P. That doesn't look so bad. What you don't see in the index is unfortunately not doing too well. So the index is just ever so slightly misleading. If we go over here, hopefully you can see it. This is the performance for the day. Here's every individual sector in the S&P. Energy continues to lead. Remember, year to date, energy was the worst performer up until just about a month ago, a little less than a month ago. Energy starting to come off the bottom. Why is that? Well, that has to do everything with the price of oil. Incredible. Now, yesterday, oil was down. Overnight, Saudi Arabia says, you know what, we're going to continue our, voluntarily, we're going to continue our 1 million barrel per day cut that we were thinking about canceling there. But no, we're going to continue it. What happens to the price of oil? Right back. That's why you don't fight the trend in oil. It is a tough game to play there. I also want to point out the spread between the leaders this year, consumer discretionary, tech, and communication services, and the rest of the pack is tightening. That's not good because we can clearly see these three sectors got us to this very point in the stock market. If it weren't for those three sectors, we wouldn't have that. Unfortunately, we have these three sectors weakening. So not really the best of news that I can share with you in terms of will the stock market just rocket higher or anything like that. Right now, it's not looking so good. That, of course, can change at a moment's notice, but right now, not looking so good. Also want to point out here that the shift is kind of in here. We occasionally will share growth versus value, and we do it in a way that's just one chart, real simple. So if the line is going up, growth stocks are outperforming value stocks, and that has been the case. There have been numerous false starts here, but it does appear now that value stocks are starting to outperform. Well, they are. It doesn't appear that way. And also, if we look over here, we now have small cap stocks outperforming pretty consistently large cap stocks. Okay, what does that tell you? People are moving away from the headline, really popular crowd stocks, and they're saying, okay, I'll take my profits, but I got to put it somewhere. Where do I put it? Just like we talked about yesterday. They're putting it in the smaller, lesser known names that are trading at a discount or trading at a value, as you would normally see on TV. Anyways, moving on here, I got some bad news for you. This is a price chart of the long-term bonds. Now, these are 30 years. Let's go to the 10-year real quick. Here is the short-term, or shorter-term bonds, the 10-year Treasury. The 10-year Treasury is now at the top of its 10-year range in terms of what its yield is. 4.17, 4.18%, right in there. That is incredible. Now you say, well, does it matter? This yield curve is inverted and everything. Here's the trouble going on in the bond market. And I don't talk about this often because eyes gloss over and people don't like this. But you have an inversion in the yield curve. And I'm going to do it backwards so it's right. So you see it and read it the right way. So here's what's happening. Short-term yields are high. Long-term yields are low. That's the opposite of what it should be in a normal, healthy environment. What's happening is short-term yields are not going down. They're going up. But the yield curve is steepening because the longer-term bonds are also going up. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible, right? That shows that risk in the short term is considered high. Risk in the long term is now starting to get higher. That's essentially how you read that. So really not good. Also, depending on your credit score, I saw it today. I look at the rates every day just to see. Depending on your credit score, you might be looking at an 8% mortgage. That's like a 600 to 620 credit score. So, you know, if you have a better credit score than that, it's better. But, Anyways, that's a look around the markets there, and I'll include gold as well to show a small little pullback there. Let's go to stocks in the news. This is largely earnings related because we're in the thick of the earnings season. More than half of the S&P has already reported, and that includes Amazon and Apple and everybody after hours. We'll talk about that in a second. PayPal gets demolished today, down 12%. Transaction volumes, meaning the number of times we use PayPal, and the margins or take rate that they have on those transactions missed expectations. No bueno, right? The reason that they said, by the way, was our business loans were less, so that hurt our margins. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know they did business loans. I had no idea. DoorDash. Kind of good news for them, I feel like you might think. More people are using DoorDash, and more importantly, the way they break it out, we have more volume. They call it gross order volume, so their GOV or their gross order volume higher, and the frequency of the volume was higher. meaning the amount of times one particular person would use the service was higher. So for the moment, you guys are out there, or as of last quarter, you're out there ordering DoorDash. I don't know why. Warner Brothers in the news here. It was mostly a beat looking through their earnings. I just sort of glossed over it, to be honest with you there. I found that there was a slight decline, a slight miss in network ad revenue, right? That was where the miss came from. If you're going to give them a hard time, that's where you got to look. Let's go to Advanced Auto Parts. So obviously, they've been underperforming their peers there. I found this to be a bit interesting. Today, Goldman Sachs puts out a hypothetical buyout projection. That's a lot of effort to go through. Like they said, hypothetically, if somebody came along and bought them, what would be their return on their investment? I mean, a full breakdown. If I could legally show it to you, I would. Just a huge breakdown from a leveraged buyout standpoint. And they're like, okay, so this is how this would happen. Here's how it would affect their total debt, the cost of their debt, the revenue they bring in on the cash flow that they have. And they went through this whole thing, hypothetically. So was that not a signal to someone else? And they went through how their CEO is retiring. There's no replacement person in place at the moment. This is an opportune time for someone to come along and buy them. And they clearly said there's no chance, we don't know of anything that's going to happen. But they essentially did the report for someone to come along and say, I read your report. That's really good. Yeah, we'll buy Advanced Auto Parts. Keep an eye on that one. I think that's, I've never seen something like that before, and that struck me as odd. Amazon in the news here, basically saying, yeah, we're awesome. We're killing it. We're doing great at everything. Yeah, there's nobody better than us. That's layman's terms how to say it there. Apple, I didn't get a chance to go fully through there. I did see their services numbers. Double digits. That's important. Remember, services accounts for now, I think, 23% of Apple's revenue, so we don't want to see that lag a little bit. It's kind of like AWS and Amazon. We want to see that doing well there. And that part I saw, the stock is down just a couple bucks. That puts it around 189-ish. After hours, it'd be right about smack there. Just about there is where it's trading. So the pullback looks to have continued in Apple. All right, Friday, which is tomorrow, on our me and Eric's podcast there, I'm going to go through the optimization of portfolios using the efficient frontier. So if you want to get a head start and you want to Google something, it's a part of modern portfolio theory. It's called the efficient frontier, meaning what's the optimal level of risk to take for the return that you're shooting for. So I'm going to make a perfectly random hypothetical portfolio. I already did. And we're going to go through how, just guessing was not accurate. So how do we make it accurate? Meaning we take less risk for the same amount of return, or potentially even more return for the same amount of risk. So we're going to go through that tomorrow. If you've ever wondered, how in the world do mutual funds put together their fund choices? Meaning like 8% in this one, 6% in that one. How do they come up with that decision? Why is it not 7 and 2 and 5 or whatever? I'm going to go over that. It will be the first of many discussions now that I have a visual way of showing you how the hot dog is made. I think I said that yesterday. All right, I'll take your questions here in a second, but first, let me come over here to tomorrow. It is Friday, not known for a lot of earnings in the afternoon, so we're looking towards the morning there. You got the CBOE, Dominion. That's pretty much it, to be honest. XPO Logistics, that'll be kind of interesting after what we saw from JB Hunt, so that might be something to look at there. But other than that, typical Friday earnings there. Not too much going on. See what questions you have there, and I will take a look there. Dan says long-term bonds are going up too now. There you go. Why is it not a good thing in terms of making higher yields? Maybe I'm missing some. Higher yields, fine. Lower prices, right, is the tough part. You're buying into a bond when the price is falling like a knife. You know the catch a falling knife thing? Fine. At some point, that will stop. I just don't know where it's going to stop. I mean, I would have honestly guessed that it would have stopped by now. I would have thought we would have found a low in both short-term and long-term. We have not. I have been wrong. So that's where I'm stuck. It's like if you're committing to that higher yield at this point, how do you know your price, your execution price is not way off, right? Because it's just falling apart, man. Getting really parabolic here, honestly. It's not deer season, right? Yeah, he's just setting things up. That's what he's doing. I know that because a friend of mine is so excited. He keeps talking about it, and he's got some land somewhere and doing all this. Disney continues to fall apart. Yeah, I have no reason to believe that today is your best day. No. And what's worse about it is, see this attempt right here, back on the 31st. Everything was great on that day, I get it, but here's an attempt to put in a bottom, and it stopped at the top of this downtrend and immediately reversed. I don't like that. It erased all of those gains and then some. This is not such an important move in a downtrend as it would be in an uptrend, because the level of people who are seeing their profits decline or who have a recent profit who have now shown a loss is obviously not as great. But yeah, I'm not in a hurry. I think you let that sucker maybe flush out or see what they have to say when earnings come out. Tom says, Dustin, if companies beat 75% of the time, wouldn't you make money if you hypothetically sold a put on all companies the day of earnings? So beating on earnings is different than the performance following the report of earnings. For example, it's a bad example, but DoorDash was the one today. So DoorDash was down just a little bit, right? Okay, so that's a beat, but the stock didn't go up. Now, if you had sold a put below, of course, you'd be okay in this case. But that's an example of a stock that didn't move around a lot. You could still have a company beat on earnings, maybe mostly like Apple, I haven't looked through the whole thing yet, and have the stock be down. Well, if you're now in the money because of that, you're in trouble. Yep. Lawrence says, is the podcast on YouTube? Oh, it's on YouTube. Yeah, it'll be here. Yeah. Right. What time is that post? 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah. You're a bit confused on the bounce on Allstate. That was one of your better performers today, right? And that's a reversal there. So you now have, they call it a bullish reversal, a bullish 180. That's what they call it. So the technical traders, you can even set scans for this. Show me a stock that has a above average move to the downside that is then immediately followed the next day by an above average move to the upside. In other words, they're trying to guess that that is the bottom there, and that's statistically what tends to happen in the short term. So no need to be confused there. Nicola, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Where are they at there? Well, it's down a little after hours. So you're thinking you want to play along in that? I don't have the best answer for that one. I don't follow that company as much. Thoughts on Coinbase's earnings? I do not have anything. Is that tomorrow? I don't have anything showing up here. Sorry about that. Have you tried Patti LaBelle banana pudding from Walmart? I think you're in the wrong class. No, I did not know about Patti LaBelle having a pudding named after her. But it's unique, and I'm not a banana pudding guy anyway, so no, I wouldn't even look at that. Tom says, hey man, here's what I did. I was in Delta. I came along, I sold a put, strike price is 40, cool. Expires, you collected 51 cents per option. I think you have nothing to worry about there, even with a market pullback. Hang on. It may not have been the best entry, so you may see that put value go higher for a little bit if there's a little bit of a pullback, but if you did it today, no, that's awesome. No problems there. Lithium seeming to lose its momentum. You are right. I've been getting that question a lot. It was the hot thing for a while. That's what everybody, thought. Now reality has set in, and we've decided, oh, wait a minute, it's overvalued. We've shot too far, right? That's what's going on there. Have you guys ever talked about guest appearing on other financial podcasts? We've talked about it, and nobody wants to. Well, there's been people here and there that we've done, but if you know somebody, I'm happy to. I could talk shop all day long, but no. No. What do you think of the municipal bond movement volume? So money flowing into that, especially because of the tax advantages there. When money moves into bonds, the yields go down, right? Because you're driving prices higher. It's a little bit different than stocks. Money moves into stocks, prices go higher. So that's what's going on over there, to the tune of billions of dollars. I'm not sure that was something people would be interested in. I track that, but if you are interested in that kind of stuff, that's certainly something we could talk about. I tend to stay away from bonds in general because unless something's interesting is happening, most people don't look at that. But happy to. Yeah. Risk reversal, the compound, friends do show. Oh, Okay. I, I'm happy to do it. Hey, talking with other people, sounds good to me. I just talk to a camera, and read text. It's kind of lonely. That's a different topic. Oh, Fast Eddie, are you what is going on here? Are you a potato salad or macaroni salad person? Cody, what are either of those?
You've never wait. What do you mean? What are they?
Coleslaw?
Yeah, I mean everybody has one that they like.
Oh,
I
no.
fancy a nice potato salad. Also, back to the banana pudding. If you Google it, looks incredible. Never had banana pudding before. It looks awesome. So I might be picking some of that up.
I hate to disappoint you guys, but I have never had potato salad, certainly not macaroni salad. I don't even know what that is, or coleslaw salad.
Never
No,
had coleslaw?
what? No, I've seen it. I know what it looks like, right? I don't know what it's made of, but no. Coleslaw? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like orange and green and mushy, and yeah, I've seen it. I've certainly seen it. I just and banana pudding. I don't. Maybe I'm losing some followers here, but no.
That's
What's
crazy.
your favorite?
I like potato salad. I do like potato salad. It is good.
I'd try it. I'm not saying I don't know that I wouldn't try it. I guess I just never have. I'm really simple, guys. A bag of chips, Mountain Dew, or some kind of soda, throw in a candy after I have the chip. I don't need much, I'm not, and that's it. No, oh, J-Dub, oh, darn it. Oh, so it's going to be quiet for a while. J-Dub, he's not going to have any cell phone. Have a good time, man. We'll be here when you get back. What are you going to do? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got your positions and everything. That's happened to me one time. Honest and quick story. I went to the mountains of Georgia, and I had a huge oil position on. And I was like walking around the mountains like the idiot that's supposed to be on vacation, freaking out. It turned out, in this particular case, it turned out not so well. I should have been there, but yeah, I've been there. Yep. Will the SMH get back to the 200 days? Still crazy. Oh, I agree with the overvalued part. Still crazy overvalued. So in order for that to happen, now you know the weighting that this has on the market. So in order for that to happen, that will pull the markets back. That would basically erase half the year's gains if the SMH gets back to the 200. So it's another way to look at it, but that's the kind of market movement that you would see. So it's really a question, do you think that's going to happen or not? Mm-hmm. Potato salad? Yeah, I don't know. Is coleslaw cabbage? Anybody? Yeah, I don't know. You guys, what are you doing? If I told you what I had for dinner last night, it would just blow you away. I can't do it because I don't do that all the time. A special occasion, had a dinner, it was a good time. But potato salad, I don't even know. Venison steaks now we're talking. Yeah. Okay, so we got to get the banana pudding from Walmart. Yeah, they don't want to hear about stocks anymore. We just want to see you slurping on pudding, Dustin. All right. We have officially left the reservation. I will wrap it up there. Remember, tomorrow, the podcast, if you want to see portfolio composition from a starting point of how it all works, that is the first of hopefully many. If it's interesting to you guys, I plan to go to that next level with you. So enjoy. Thanks for the suggestions of the weird sounding foods, and we will see you when we see you.